So there I am, eagerly watching The Universal Soldier when the dunker who requested that review tweeted me again. Hard Target starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. It could be the first of an old school action movie series. No, it could not. But
your wish is my command.
Again, I vaguely remember liking this one when I caught it on TV one night about 15 years ago. I was even more excited when I discovered that whilst, yes, this is pretty much a 90-minute Jean-Claude Van Damme vehicle based off of Richard Cornell's 1924 short story, The Most Dangerous Game, it's also a little bit of a historical first, being the first major Hollywood film made by a Chinese director. And not just any Chinese director. This film was directed by John Woo.
Shut up and take my money!
Which I figured out about 10 minutes in, promptly started playing the John Woo drinking game, when a result might not be working with the most comprehensive set of notes known to man. I could watch the film again, but I don't think my liver could take it. Anyway, apparently not only was this film John Woo's debut stateside, but apparently the studio was so afraid that John Woo's limited English would be a problem on set, that they hired Sam Raimi to oversee the entire shoot and replace Woo if need be.
Shut up and take my money!
Which is arguably not the worst job in the history of the world, although it looks like Raimi didn't really do anything beyond hanging out with Woo for 6 weeks in New Orleans, but given how much was cut out of this film, I don't think we'll ever know for sure. Yeah, apparently the first cut of this very simple film that John Woo was told by the studio to tone down the violence and body count that they had seen in his Hong Kong films, because why would you let John Woo do John Woo things? Apparently the first cut ran for 2 hours and focused on the villain, played by Alien's Lance Henriksen, until Jean-Claude Van Damme and his editor locked themselves in an editing suite for 2 days and re-edited the film for the producers. Van Damme stated that moviegoers were paying to see a Van Damme movie, not a Lance Henriksen movie. Not that I was asked. I mean, surely it's about time that Lance Henriksen got his own movie, right? Or started in something better than Exorcism at 60,000 feet, whereupon, according to IMDb, on the last flight of a transatlantic passenger airliner, a priest, a rabbi, and the airline crew act together to save a plane from a pandemic of demonic possessions. I mean, yeah, this film does sound awesome, like a mix between The Exorcist and Snakes on a Plane.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these monkey-fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane!
But Lance Henriksen probably deserves better.
Get on with it!
Yes, get on with it!
Sorry, where was I? Oh, right, Hard Target. Anyway, even getting this film into cinemas was a feat that even Hercules might have balked at. I mean, beyond even Van Damme's insistence on having one of his cameras focus on his muscles at all times, true story, Woo complied but sadly never used any of that footage, spoil sport. Anyway, the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA, judged this film as too violent and intense for an R rating, and they received an NC-17 rating. I have no idea what either of those things are. Woo re-edited the film 6 times for the MPAA, as they never indicated what specific scenes they found objectionable. During this editing/groping in the dark period, Van Damme went with his own editor to make his own edit of the film. Van Damme's version excises whole characters to insert more scenes and close-up of his character Chance. When asked about this edit, Van Damme replied that people pay their money to see me, not to see Lance Henriksen. The MPAA finally accepted the film after Woo had made 20 cuts to it. 20! Scenes cut include the opening chase sequence and a Mardi Gras warehouse sequence. A non-action scene that's cut from the film is a romantic scene. After all that, I think the fact that this film isn't a plot hole riddled, continuity errors infested, unintelligible mess is an incredible achievement in and of itself. But again, that's probably because we're not exactly dealing with a Christopher Nolan film here. The plot's simple. Bishop and the Mummy, the Brendan Fraser one, not the terrible Tom Cruise one, run a business whereupon rich people can purchase the chance to hunt and kill a homeless person. One of their hunted has a daughter, played by Yancey Butler, as woman, seemingly under no direction other than to look shocked and vaguely offended in every scene, who, in a bid to find out what's going on, teams up with Van Damme's Drifter, and then everyone starts punching, kicking, exploding, shooting and throwing snakes at each other, and they don't stop until the end credits start. Now, in pretty much any other film, this would be exhausting, and not just because of the drinking game, but here, the action is varied, it's exciting. I liked all of the characters, even if they are just paper-thin archetypes. All the actors seem to be having fun, and what paper-thin plot there is moves along at a fair enough old clip. I enjoyed watching this film, and it's nice to claim that I was watching this film with an air to its place in the films that are historically important, but probably going to be overlooked, because, well, who the hell remembers Hard Target? I mean, it's never dull or boring, but if you're not in the mood for a film of pretty much non-stop fight scenes or explosions that's very obviously been made by John Woo, then there's not much here. But if you are in the mood, then this'll hit the spot. It's a shame there isn't more meat on this film's bones, a darker moment here or there, or even getting a lead actor who can act. I mean, give him credit, Van Damme is giving a Steven Seagal level performance here, but he's acted off screen by the villains. But with a few beers inside you, you won't care either way. So if nothing else is on, yeah, check this out. And what film do you think is being unfairly overlooked by cinematic history? And do you have any requests for me? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, this has been a Dunker's Choice. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.